I was in the operation room with the 3 or 4 people who were going to do the hair transplant. And literally within a minute or two, I would get my shots, like the anesthesia, and I would get my hair transplant. But in the beginning, it was only the temples that were like kind of receding. It was always on my mind because my father is bald. So I was like, yeah, am I gonna undergo the same fate? I think it was around 21, 22. It was not a single moment, but I just noticed like the hair around my temples were receding. It wasn't that big of a deal. I still had pretty decent hair. But I think around maybe 4 or 5 years ago, it was getting very noticeable. I was never too much bothered by the temples that were receding, but part of my crown here in the back was kind of getting more and more bald. And I think the last 5 years it became pretty obvious.
And you mentioned that obviously when it was going at the temples and maybe not too much thinning, it doesn't really feel like a problem, right? Hair loss doesn't hurt physically. So when did it become a problem for you?
For me personally, right? I don't know how other people go about it, but I was never really making it a problem in the sense that I was just ignoring it. So I was just not facing it because I make content right for 4 years
Yeah.
on video like all the time. So everyone sees me, I see myself, so it's pretty obvious. But whenever I would just see I'm balding, I would just whatever. I wouldn't really give it too much energy because I think I was insecure about it. So instead of facing it, I was just kind of like putting it back. But I think like maybe subconsciously, even though I was not consciously like facing it, subconsciously it was weighing on me kind of.
It takes energy because you know what's going on and you catch
Yes.
it and maybe think about it, and it kind of drains your energy slightly, like a bit of a
Yes.
burden on you, right?
Indeed, it takes energy, like mental energy. Indeed, that's a very good way to put it. Obviously, it would come up every now and then. I would even make jokes about it myself. I was not like I was not shy about it or anything, and I think making jokes about it was like my way of like being confident with it. The funny thing is, what seems very silly looking back. Whenever I would see someone else, like on the screen or in real life, and his hair was receding or going bald, I knew myself that the guy would look better if he shaved off his head,
Mm.
right? Even though I knew that would probably also be the case for me, I still didn't do it for some reason. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
When did it then switch from I'm pushing this off to, oh, I'm going to do something about this?
I'll just be honest about it. Like I've had thoughts in the past about doing something about it. Like you hear about finasteride, minoxidil. These things are well known. If you just do some research, they pop up on your Instagram or whatever. I've never done it because I don't like taking drugs and knowing I have to take it all the time, and I just don't want to mess with that stuff. It did cross my mind though. I didn't want to make it a thing in that sense. I will take drugs for it. The hair transplant, that was the thing I thought I wanted. I was scrolling on Instagram one day and there was this other well-known jiu-jitsu guy. That's my sport, and he had a hair transplant done at that clinic
Right.
where I would be. I think it was mostly the cost of the hair transplant. What I thought was stopping me from doing it. I didn't want to put that money into it, but we had a deal that I would have gotten it for free. There was no reason not to do it anymore. So yeah, if that was the case, I thought I wanted to do it. So I actually went there to Turkey. That's what was the reason for me now. Hey, I'm going to do something about it because it's
Right.
completely covered. And as you know, I went there all the way.
Yeah.
I even had the lines on my head, everything's drawn.
Yeah.
I have, but basically, I went there. They were great, by the way. They picked me up, they took care of me. There was no problems at all. So nothing negative about them. They were amazing. But yeah, on the day of the transplant, you go to the office. They come in with the doctors. I still had my hair. Basically, you're not allowed to cut it short before you get there. So they want to see you with at least like 6 weeks or 4 weeks of hair, and then they start drawing the hairline. They do it first, and then you get to say, hey, I want it like this, I want it more back forward, I want it here. So we went about that for maybe like 10 15 minutes. We redrew it maybe 5 6 times until I really liked it, right? They drew the hairline, I was completely ready, and I was feeling good. And they put you in the chair, and then they start to shave your head, right? So they just take clippers and they just, without the guard, they shave your head. And I had never shaved my head before. So they shave your head right in front of a mirror. And as they shave my head, I'm looking at myself, and like the hair is all gone basically. It's like very short. And I suddenly have a feeling to myself like, man, this looks actually pretty good. I like how it looks. I look pretty good. I didn't say anything because I'm there in the chair and we're ready to go. I didn't say anything, but I had that feeling and it switched right away. Like I want to do it, and I didn't know I did not yet want to do it, but that was the feeling I had. And then I have like a change of heart basically. So I feel like, hey, I don't want to do it anymore. But I thought maybe it's just me being nervous because it's so close. So I was thinking about maybe just nervous. Maybe it's just I just have to do it because I'm all the way here already. Why would I not, right? Then they bring you to another building where they actually do the operation. They change me into like a hospital thing, etc., etc. So I was completely ready. I was in the operation room with the 3 or 4 people who were going to do the hair transplant, right?
Mm.
And it was basically now is the go time. Literally within a minute or two, I would get my shots, like the anesthesia, and I would get my hair transplant. But I still that feeling went grew stronger in me from about like, hey, I don't want to do it. It grew stronger, stronger. I just could not ignore it.
Mm.
Yeah. So I'm just like, okay, let me think about this. I just say, hey, can I go to the bathroom? I go to the bathroom and I'm in the bathroom. There's a mirror there and I'm looking at myself for maybe 10, 15 minutes, just looking at myself like, do I really want to do it? Do I not want to do it? And then I start to imagine why am I having these doubts? If I'm having doubts, if I don't want it, what is the reason I'm not telling them about it? And then I figured out the only reason I'm not telling them is because it was for free. They paid everything, and I
Mm.
feel guilty about it. So I didn't really want to do it, but I also didn't want to tell them like, "Hey guys, I changed my mind. Thank you."
Yeah.
So I figured that out, and I was like, "Okay, that's not a good reason. If you feel you're not doing something because you're scared of to disappoint people, but it's not a good reason." So I was like, "Okay, I just need to tell them." I went back in, and I was of course afraid. Hey, what's gonna happen? Like, do I have to pay these costs now, or this kind of
Mm.
thing? What are they gonna think? They helped me out. But once I told them my reason, like, hey, I just saw myself, and they were actually agreeing with me, like, hey, if you don't want to do it, you look good. I agree with you. The guy said you can rock this look, that kind of thing, and I was like, okay, now I feel very good about it. Like they don't give me a hard time. It was just a relief for me, all of it, like getting the head shaven and then telling them no. And to this day, I'm very happy I did not do it. I have zero regrets. Everything ended well. I'm happy with my choice.
Mm.
Um, I think my confidence grew a lot because of it. That's why I'm here, like to share it to help people maybe who they
Yeah.
have the same doubts.
You then share that message on Instagram. What made you say, "Hey, I'm gonna share this. Let me put this out there."
For one, it's something which meant a lot to me in the sense of hey, it was a big insecurity and mentally it made such a big shift in me. It's like accepting yourself basically. That's how it felt, accepting who you are and being proud of it, not being scared of it. And I think I felt like I had to share that message for people. It felt like something I had to share.
And the line that you used in the Instagram video that I just, yeah, really resonated with, really liked. If I can shave my head and accept this, then I don't need to change that. I thought that was, yeah, really well said.
Yeah, that whole video just came like right from the heart. It was just I'll just take my camera. That's what I felt at that moment. Also, like I think to myself now, right? If I would have gotten the hair transplant, I would not have never had that feeling of acceptance of myself. You know what I mean? I may have been confident temporarily because of the hair, the new hair,
Yeah.
but even that would have faded eventually. And then I would still have to deal with those feelings, which I didn't deal with if I didn't do what I did. And I think dealing with that and accepting yourself like that, it helps you with all the other things as well in life. So it flows through in everything else you do. Ever since, not 1 second did I regret that decision. I'm very happy with it.
Excellent. Really well done on putting it out there. And thank you so much for your time for sharing your story here as well.
Welcome.
I know it will help a lot of people. So yeah, thank you so much, man.
Thank you for having me, Harry. I appreciate it a lot too.
Brilliant.
Keep doing your thing.